Welcome back to the next episode of Partner Insights with Michelle Hodges, me, Senior Vice President of Global Channels Alliances here at Avanti. This is actually a second part to our previous conversation with Louis Dick, Alliances Director at Infinigate. We had such a great conversation about the ins and outs of a distributor vendor alliances relationship. We just ran over time and ended up cutting up in two parts. So enjoy part two. One of the things I enjoy about being at Avanti, and I know that is critical to our relationship with Affinigate, is the ability to cross-sell and upsell across our solutions. When you are getting in front of a reseller, how valuable is that to helping them build out their portfolio?
I mean, it's one of the, outside of renewals, it's extremely low hanging fruit, right? We try to build as much self-serve information, sales tools, and marketing collateral for our partners through a platform we have called Power Builder, where partners can essentially white label our content. And we try to build a lot of that focus around existing customer wallet opening, right? Opening additional wallet with a customer where you've got two products, but there's a platform that has five. How can we give you the tools to adequately market to your customer base the additional benefits of extra products within their estate? But also it's about us, running face-to-face sales sessions, enablement sessions. It's about us incentivizing those partners to improve the wallet share within that customer base. It is, the way I see it is, whilst you should always be looking at the white space as a reseller, you should always be looking at the net new customer acquisition. When you have additional opportunities to protect or bolster the IT infrastructure of your customer base, that improves your customer retention rate for sure. But B, if you're looking just at top or bottom line, it's money that should be yours as a reseller, right? You
Yeah.
have an opportunity right in front of you. You're already managing 1, 2, 3, 4 solutions within that customer's environment, and there's something that fits ideally into it. It's a no-brainer. And we do sometimes see that our customer base or our partner base is always focused on the net new, but I would always implore them to take a step back and have a look at what they've currently got, and always have at least a team, a person, an initiative focused on expansion within that base.
Yeah. Yeah. Growing customers easier than acquiring a new one. I'm going to change tack a little bit. Avanti, as many vendors, is a company in transition, right? Whether it's from an on-prem license model to a SaaS license model, whether it's integrating all of our acquisitions into a single platform. And that means that our sellers have to go from point sellers to become solution sellers. We have employed a selling methodology called force management, which focuses on things like command of the message, value differentiators, value negotiation. There are other methodologies out there, right? So you probably have as many methodologies as vendors. Maybe 50%, 50% of your vendors share the same one or whatnot. How do you manage that in making sure that you get that right solution and value and outcome message out to your resellers?
Yes, I mean, the sales methodologies of our vendor sellers, you're right, they're all different, and some are surprisingly very effective in their thorough. Some are sometimes a little bit too heavy on the sell and less around the information gathering. So whilst within Infinigate and in distribution in general, we're not necessarily selling directly to customers. We don't get as much involvement in the actual sales cycle directly in customer. What we try to work with our resellers on is the right questions and the right information you will need to gather to successfully be able to push solution A, solution B, whatever that looks like. I'm a huge believer in, the bigger your knowledge base of the customer you're about to prospect to, the greater the chance of success. So whilst, I, in a past life, I've been on the front line selling, I'm definitely not there as much as I used to be. I will always be very strong in my opinion that, you should, what's the old adage, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. I know it's a bit cringy, but it's true, right? You do need to really build up a complete picture of what your customers, IT pain points are, what their risk management processes look like, their current IT infrastructure, what's their financial approval process? Do they have a typical annual model when it comes to procurement? All of these sorts of things. And people like to talk, right? So you'll be very surprised at how open a customer usually is if you ask the right questions in the right manner. And then take a step back. We don't need to sell today. Let's talk today and let's sell tomorrow. So whenever we're pushing the enablement to our partner community, I always try to keep that type of mindset front and center, because if we're simply teaching a reseller how to pitch a product, give them a 2-minute elevator pitch, then their success levels, in my opinion, wouldn't be as strong as if we give them a real consultative approach. And therefore, if they move forward with that approach and have a really good conversion rate, then it looks great on Avanti, it looks great on Infinigate, and it allows our repeat business and gets us more and more ingrained into the go-to-market of that particular reseller.
I mean, it's all about understanding the customer's business problem and devising outcomes, right, for them. I could talk about this all day long, but we're coming up to time. I do want to give you the opportunity. If there's one thing that you'd like to leave for the audience about our discussion today, what would that be?
Now you ask me. Okay, right. Let me have a think. Yeah, look, I absolutely love the channel, and I truly do love distribution and our place in the market. You do get, you've got a lot of plates to spin or a lot of relationships to manage on both sides. But I think distribution is changing at pace, arguably quicker than, a lot of areas of the IT channel. And I'm a huge fan of solution selling. I do not believe that you should structure a go-to-market around pitching products anymore. You absolutely, in distribution, need to be able to construct and build a portfolio of products that, whilst they may not have a direct integration, you can create multiple different product-oriented strategies where you're giving your resellers the opportunity to sell 2, 3, 4, 5 good synergistic products that help solve a business problem for your customer base. That's a big go-to-market strategy for us globally. It's something I will continue to champion. And I absolutely love the fact that Avanti definitely has structured their go-to-market in a very similar way. So as a reseller listening or watching this, I would suggest to just take a look at what you're going to market with right now. Clearly take a look at Avanti and Infinigate as well in line with that, but just have a critical eye at, am I giving something bundled together that's a little bit different to the next reseller? Am I then looking at a service wrap, an implementation wrap? Can I do that myself? Is there a third-party provider? Is there a distributor that can help deliver those services, or a vendor that can help provide that wraparound? I think we need to, in the channel, look at how we can create unique go-to-markets and messaging that gives an efficient way for our customers to be protected and managed through one contact point for multiple solutions, and as a business to earn multiple revenue streams through one sales opportunity.
Oh, that's fantastic. You really just summarized the conversation well. I don't have much more to add. But with that, Lewis, first I want to thank you for your time. It's end of quarter, and so I appreciate you stepping out of your day to have a quick chat with me. But also thank you for your partnership. Y'all are super strategic to our success, and we're grateful for your partnership. So thank you.
No, absolutely. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today, Michelle. Hopefully we'll get to do it face to face next time, either I'm your side of the pond or you're ours. And absolutely value the Avanti relationship, not only in the UK, which is my area of responsibility, but across the Infinigate group. Absolutely. And really excited for the next couple of years and seeing what we can all do together.